my name is Lily Schulenberg, and I'm going to be delivering today's Mindful Monday to you. Um, as a little bit about me, I'm a graduate assistant clinician at the University Counseling Center here, and we've had lots of wonderful volunteers before me come on here and give you a little mindfulness to practice in your week, and I wanted to add to that. So my mindfulness technique for the week is going to be called the RAIN method. Mindfulness, if you're familiar, is a time for you to reconnect with your awareness of what's happening around you, get back in the present moment of things, with our day-to-day lives, with school, with academics, jobs, life in general. Things get crazy and out of hand, and you need something that'll bring you back down and remind you what you're doing and why you're doing it. These don't have to be long. They don't have to be an hour out of your day. Sometimes we don't even have that. So I wanted to give everyone here who's watching something that they could practice today, the rest of the week, whenever you find the time. And hopefully you will get a little relief out of that and make your life a little easier. So like I said, mine is the RAIN method. That's going to start with, or that's going to stand for RAIN, or recognize, allow, investigate, and nurture. All these things are so easy to do once we're aware of it, but so easy for it to just escape from us in general. So when you find that moment where you're caught up in whatever life has got going on for you, take a minute first and recognize, and that's to allow yourself to feel at ease with whatever you're doing in that moment. Take that moment to pause in the middle of the statement, to pause in the middle of the test, when you're walking to your next class, and kind of reconnect with the present. You know, what's getting you there? Why are you going? What's the purpose? Take your time, take in the surroundings. What do you see? You know, I look out the window videoing this and I see trees and green and branches, or a phone in the corner, or the computer in the left corner. And those are things I probably wouldn't take the minute to recognize any other time, but with this great method, I will. Kind of recognize as well, like your thoughts and your feelings, you know, that errand you've got to run right after work that you're rushing out the door to do, that can wait. That emotion you feel when you're hesitant sitting waiting to do your next exam, you know, assess that, kind of alleviate, you know, this will pass, sort of feelings. And then your physical sensations. We've talked about on this specific platform with the Mindful Monday, the grounding, sensory grounding. So, you know, like, what are you smelling? What are some things that you're tasting right now? Things that you want to taste? What are some things you see, you hear? You know, kind of naming out those feelings to yourself, which kind of allows you to out loud say it in your mind. So that's recognize. And then we have allow. Observe your experiences as if you're watching a movie for the first time. You might walk through the Grove, you know, every day for 4 years, but this one day on a Tuesday might be different than the others. Kind of experiencing it for what's happening to you in that moment, and not what the person walking across from you is doing, the next professor you're going to come into contact with, but more so you. Let your thoughts come in as they may, allowing yourself to kind of be back in the present moment, bringing you into why you're doing it and what it is that's driving you to get there. Let go of the judgment. I kind of touched on this with worrying about when someone's walking next to you. You know, let go of that judgment. For this moment in this exercise, your opinion is the one that matters and no one else's. So kind of reconnecting with yourself on that level, and allowing yourself to know that it feels okay to feel whatever that emotion comes up. Good, bad, heavy. Allowing that emotion to run its course instead of kind of moving away and suppressing it. You may even say to yourself, this is how it is right now, and I'm okay with it right now. And later on, it won't feel as bad. So that's a little bit of that, and that's allow. Our next letter we're going to go on is investigate. So when I say that, we think questions, right? So what is going through your mind? You had to get to all of those thoughts and feelings one way, and that's investigate. What words are going through your mind right now? Even as we're doing and watching this video, what emotions are you feeling and where are they coming from? Is it just a bad day of no sleep and you haven't gotten a chance to eat your breakfast yet? Or is it a bad week? What is contributing to the way that you're feeling for that moment? What's going on in your body? My back could hurt from sitting at a desk all day, but I'm aware of that because I'm taking the time to notice, okay, this is what kind of led to it going through in my mind. Do you feel good in your body? Whether that's from a physical standpoint or an emotional one, do you feel like you're giving your body the nutrients it needs, the exercise, the sunshine, kind of doing a check-in of that. Kind of sensing for the most vulnerable part of yourself. So where does that kind of lie? What is that accountability reflect to you? Like I said, is that a nutrition thing? Is it an exercise? Is it an emotional need? Just kind of taking that point and accountability to assess what your needs are for that moment. So just an acceptance and a forgiveness, kind of letting that ride through and giving your mind that time to get those emotions that it might not get to feel on a regular basis because all the other things of life pile up. And lastly, we have nurture. Being kind to your experience. Give yourself comforting messages such as, I love you, you're okay, I'm here for you. The number one person that's going to help you through those kinds of things is yourself. So you want to have your best interests in mind and be your number one supporter. And the best way to do that is to nurture and take that minute in the rain method. Think of a friend, if that's more helpful, a family member, even a pet, or a spiritual focus if you feel so led. And let that be your anchoring point into bringing it back in. Imagine that love kind of flowing in from wherever you're pulling it from. Whether it's an idea, like I said, a guidance, or a person. And that's when you'll get to see a healing and compassionate feel kind of infiltrate in until you feel that calm and centered desire that you've been wanting to feel since you started this. So that would be the hope. And if you're doing this along with me, at this point, I'm going to ask you to come back in and recenter with your surroundings and see what that opens up for you in the rest of the day. But take as many slow and deep breaths as a reminder through this exercise as you can, and continue to be mindful and be kind to yourself throughout the day. It's very easy to get caught up in the opposite and not being able to do that and make the time. And hopefully through this method, you learned one way you can do it. You can do it in your car. You can do it walking to class. It doesn't take long, and it can take as long as you want it to, or short. So that would be my hope, and I appreciate all of you turning in to watch this today. I hope it sets your Monday up better than the last. So have a great week, and thank you for tuning in.